Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Chaos TV. It is time for game number 2, TSM against SK. And straight off the bat, we have the Gatekeeper Galio and we have Riot Ezreal as well. That's some badass stuff coming from SK right now. The skin's too strong, but are they going to be able to win it? I am Enzi, I'm joined by Metis once again. The last time I heard Metis, he was going for a toilet break. I'm not sure if he's even made it. Oh, you are back. I do realise, sometimes you kind of take quite long just getting down the stairs, but
I'm an old man, dude. My knees aren't quite what they used to be, so yeah, I did manage to crawl my way back up, and I am ready for game number 2, as we can hear Bass eating down the mic. Lovely. Really.
That wasn't even funny, Bass. I'm sorry. He's eating an apple down the mic, just casually. Great producer, premium quality
See,
stream.
this is what I say, and see, like, obviously, if some action comes in, we'll jump in the game, guys. Don't worry.
Oh, well, I need to jump in the game. Nif has had to flash away right now, as TSM look to be on the offensive there, but Nif has burned his flash. But yeah, I don't think anything else is going to happen, Vince. Sorry for that. Carry on.
If you're going to use TeamSpeak or Vent, why not use Push to Talk? Just saying.
Oh.
Bombs have been dropped.
Dropping the push to talk bomb. Okay, apparently he's not an octopus. I'm pretty sure no one's an octopus. But Candy Panda is actually going to go on towards Chaos here. Did try and harass on golems. Chaos has lost a bit of HP. Chaos is going to try and come out there and nick this. Golem will do as well. Odd One is going to go on towards red now. And we'll be able to get that no problem whatsoever. And as you see in mid, this is exactly what we wanted to see. Ocelot against Park. It's Kennen against Galio. And I'm just going to say Ocelot's going to win because of that skin, man. That skin is so good.
Yeah, but, you know, obviously, the one downside about picking up Kennen first, NZ, or picking your mid character first, is it's quite easy to counter. And in this instance, you have to say, SK have kind of got Kennen's number. Galio works quite nicely against Kennen, can just taunt him out of those team fights, make sure that Slicing Maelstrom, Kennen's ultimate, doesn't really play a big factor. And then if Kennen manages to get past Galio, you've got Monsoon from Janna just pushing him back. So it's going to be very difficult for Kennen here to jump in those team fights and really lay down the law.
Absolutely. Top lane did actually see Kevin having to retreat back. He's only got 2 HP points left. He did have 3. Did pop one. Darius is putting under a lot of pressure right now. But here comes Nocturne and Mundo. They could meet up right now. Odd One has been spotted going in towards that bush. Cleaver did miss as well. As Odd One will back away now. And Dedrayon is going to stay in this tri-bush. As the pings are going out. Darius has to be very careful here, but Dead is going to go back towards his golems, get them golems, no problem. But here comes Odd One in mid, actually going for the gank on towards Ocelot, but Park seemed to be a bit unaware there, and was kind of farming minions while he was waiting for Odd One to come. Not really sure, maybe just a bit of miscommunication. Obviously, he is stepping in for Reginald this game, guys, so Reginald is currently not playing, but they are pinging away. Here comes Darius in mid as well, and here comes Kennen, but the flash has been popped from Ocelot. And the Shurikane did actually hit Ocelot there. And the stun, Ocelot, what are you doing? Ocelot is going to go down. And Kennen actually popped his flash because he was a bit, okay, maybe I'm not going to get this, but I don't understand. Maybe just a little mistake from Ocelot. But Park just went in, hit the stun, and was like, bye. But I'm going to quickly dwell on that after this, because Dead is going up towards top lane. Darius has to be very careful here, as Mundo is in the bush. Jax is on the prowl as well. Just fighting their minions right now, as Darius is going to push back a little bit as his minions are getting pushed back. But Dead has to pounce soon. He has to do it very shortly. Kevin is going to take point, but he is going to back away. But Vince, I'm still kind of scratching my head about what Ocelot was doing there.
You know, Anzi, I can only assume, I mean, Ocelot is only human at the end of the day, and mistakes will happen. I can only assume that was a bit of a brain fart at the end of the day. He just kind of didn't quite realise that Kennen only had one more stack and the stun was on, and that's exactly what happened. Unfortunately, Ocelot will go back, and this time, JY Park has a real opportunity this game to make amends for that last game. And, you know, especially with Kennen, if Kennen can get those early items, he will be an absolute handful.
Absolutely. So he's already got 1 kill to his name and the first blood, giving him 400 gold. No problem whatsoever. What is Kennen going to buy? He is going to buy them 2 amplifying tomes. Going to be building towards that Will of the Ancient, aka Hextech. up first. Anyway, Jax is going to go back as well. What is he going to buy? He did just pick up that Doran's Blade, the 4 HP pots, and the Sight Ward as well, and he's got some boots to go along with that one. Darius at top lane still has the boots and all pots remaining. Hasn't even had to burn any, actually. Galio did obviously die. He did go back, get that Meki Pendant, as he will be building towards that Chalice of Harmony. His bot lane is going to be under heavy harass from TSM on towards Candy Panda and Nif. But I don't think anything's going to really come of it, as the shield has been popped on towards Candy Panda. But, you know, that was really nice stuff from Kennen. I mean, that's going to be so crucial. I mean, a lot of people say, you know, Galio is just one of them champions that just basically counters every AP, and that's exactly what he does, because he builds off magic resist.
Yeah, I mean, you know, not Kennen, Galio is a very strong mid character, of course, and going into that mid to late game as well, when the team fights start to kick off, he really comes into his own with the Idol of Durand, his ultimate on top of that, and with this skin, the skin looks awesome, Enzi, especially in the ultimate, so I can't wait to see that just for that spectacle alone. But either way, yeah, Galio is one of those kind of characters, if used right, is a real handful for the opposition, especially when you have the likes of an Ezreal and Jax as well. Jax can jump in with his Counter-Strike, you also have Ezreal's ultimate can just fly through as well, and then Mundo with that Burning Agony in amongst all the action, just putting down the damage over time with all of the kind of abilities that he brings to the table. So definitely one to watch out for as this game continues on, especially on the Dragon end. I think Dragon is going to be where we see that first team fight really kicking off.
Absolutely, we're just going to have to see what happens. I mean, late game is going to be an absolute treat to see. Ocelot is going to push that mid lane right now. I think he's just going to stick about, actually. Maybe not got enough gold to go back and get that Chalice, although he's actually gone back, so I completely missed that. Excuse my dribble. He is going to stay in lane, has got the Chalice now, and he should be okay with mana, as he does put that ward down. The ward is in this bush, so did just see that get placed down, but the shield has been popped on Ocelot, obviously increasing his magic resist, and not too much damage going to come out there from Kenning. Bot lane, how is the CS going for Chaos? Chaos has 45. Candy Panda is on 54, so bot lane again is getting one from Candy Panda. We saw this last game, Candy Panda was always winning on that CS, but top lane, Darius, how is he doing? 47 to Kevin's 48, so very even once again. We saw that last game as well. Mid, I didn't actually check that. Kennen has 46, which is obviously Park, who is stepping in for Reginald. Ocelot has got 50, as the Shuriken does stun Ocelot right there. And let's have a quick look at the jungle. I mean, Odd One, compared to last game, hasn't been all that active in jungling, but here comes the Kennen ultimate and the ultimate from Odd One right there. Beautiful gank on towards Galio. Even the ward was there, and Ocelot did stay around, but he was trying to retreat, but it was just too quick. Brilliant stun landed from Park to finish that one off, and there was the Odd One armor as well. And as soon as I say, you know, Odd One hasn't been as active in the jungle as last game, first gank comes in, and there is a kill.
Yeah, and Galio has already been biting the dust twice in the first 8 minutes here. And we were saying before, Enzi, you know, how is JY Park going to fit in here? How's the communication going to be between him and TSM? Well, the answer is absolutely fine. Completely down to a T there. It's always beautiful to see big team cohesion coming in that mid. Kennen popping his ultimate. Paranoid getting jumped in as well from Odd One. Really great stuff, unless of course you are Ocelot, because it can't feel too nice to be taken down for that second time. But either way, he's going to rejoin the fight once again. He has picked up a null magic mantle. Really go to the Mercury Treads, of course, as pretty much every Galio will do ever, and he has also got the Chalice of Harmony on top of that as well for the mana regen.
You know, I don't think Ocelot is really going to be worried about this. Obviously, he's going to be worried, you know, there's 2 kills going on towards TSM, but for him, alone as a Galio, I don't think he's going to mind all that much. I mean, obviously, he does huge damage if you can, you know, get some kills early game, but even if not, he's still going to be very useful with the armor. That's the perfect thing about Galio. Even if he's underfarmed, even if he hasn't, you know, got an amazing amount of kills or an amazing score, he can still do the team very good by just using that armor and landing it correctly, as Kennen is actually going to go for a counter jungle. Has to be very careful. They have pinged away onto Park. They are going to go round the back side right now. Odd One is there to join up in the jungle, though, so Janet has to be careful, which is obviously Nif. Candy Panda can also go over the wall as well, if choosing so, but here comes Kevin at top lane. He's just going to go under some heavy harass from Darius, but nothing's going to come of it, as Darius is going to push this lane once again. How is that actually going with CS now? We see Darius moving to 71 to Kevin 66. So Darius is slowly but surely taking the lead, although there's a very tasty minion farm right in front of Kevin's eyes. Should not hesitate to get this one, as Darius is actually just going to stay in lane right now. Mundo is going to go towards the top tier of that of his own jungle and maybe going for the gank afterwards. But you know, bot lane, I actually, you know, really wanted to see, although Kevin is actually going to jump straight in towards Dyrus here, I have to just interrupt myself as Kevin is going to chase him down, but Mundo is going to go for that counter. But yeah, bot lane, like I was saying, I thought there was going to be so much action. I mean, you've got the likes of Janna there in the support, and you've got Alistair. But you know, it's kind of been quiet. It's just kind of been CS. But I'm just going to interrupt myself once again as Mundo is going to come up. Dyrus is trying to escape though because of a ward. He does know Dedraon is in that bush, but he is just going to stay in lane. And maybe try and push, but Odd1 is going to pop that armor in towards mid, but Ocelot has to flash away there. And nice stuff from Ocelot to get away. Dyrus, on the other hand, is just going to be waiting back because they did see Mundo go in that bush. But yeah, Ocelot burning that flash. But you know, back to what I was saying, bot lane, it's been kind of quiet depending on what, you know, the champions that have actually been seen and picked right here.
Yeah, but again, you know, Alistair is great with the 1-2 combination, but if Ezreal is quick enough with his arcane shift, as I said earlier, he's never going to get caught with that, and that kind of is being reflected so far with the action that we haven't really seen at that bot lane. It's been much more intense in the mid and top as well. Bot lane, as you said, has pretty much just been a farm fest right from the very beginning, so I think that's going to continue down to around when Dragon is going to become a real threat for both teams, and we are going to see those two bottom AD and supports really earning their paycheck.
And that pink ward is down for SK right now, so there's no wards surrounding that dragon area. And Dedraon is actually going to just go for this solo dragon. Janna is going to come pop that shield up, give it a bit more HP. Galio is going to come down as well. This should be an easy dragon for SK, although Ocelot, no, he didn't actually go in towards that bush, so they're not going to see any vision, although Park is going to come down here. The dragon has already got, and Park is going to be backing back towards that mid area. So dragon is now down. SK again starting us off like last game with that early dragon. Ocelot has that blue as well. And, you know, Galio with a blue is so strong. Can just keep pushing that lane with the E and Q combination as well. Go top, go bottom. And, you know, has he got teleport? Actually, didn't actually catch that. Did he pick up teleport? Yes, he did. So, you know, if a ward is in the side bush, as you see there at bot lane, he has got the freedom to just, you know, teleport down to that, flash in with his ultimate, and a possible kill going to come down at bot lane, or any lane he chooses to teleport to.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the interesting things for me, I'm always fascinated to see how junglers approach the game, Enzi, because you know, junglers are one of those kind of make or break roles, in my opinion. Junglers are really important. In a lot of the CVC matches we've covered so far, Enzi, the junglers have by and large picked up an oracle between 5 to 12 minutes through the game. Now, I can't quite see myself, but I don't think that either of these junglers have an oracle just yet.
I am just quickly checking around the map. But no, I think you're completely correct. Although bot lane, a bit of pressure is being applied to Candy Panda. The arrow did come in. Nif is actually going to ultimate Chaos away there. But I think that was definitely the right thing to do. I mean, Chaos was just bashed away on towards Candy Panda. Could not do anything about it. And Nif was there with the support to kind of push him away there. Did he actually burn any summoner spells there? Yeah, he hasn't got the heal. He hasn't got the flash now as well. So he's going to just be relying on his E ability. Although pings are coming down at the top lane. And Galio has teleported onto towards that ward as Odd1 comes up for the gank. That timing, so unlucky from Ocelot right there to just teleport to that ward. Odd1 was like, yeah, I'm going to gank top. Oh wait, he's just teleported onto a ward. Nah, not going to happen.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate for Ocelot, but perhaps Kevin was just saved as well, because, you know, they could have been setting up that gank once again. Paranoia is off cooldown, so conceivably they could have went for Kevin, so he in turn, Galio, I mean, of course, will push back that Nocturne as well, so perhaps, you know, just a double gank there has been evaded for now, but looks like Nocturne is going to be making his way towards that top lane once again, so Kevin has to be wary here.
Yes, he does, as Odd1 is obviously in that, but she's going to almost straight in it as well. This should be a kill, but Kevin is going to flash away despite the exhaust being popped, and here comes Dedraon. The tower aggro going on towards Odd1, and Mundo for a second thought he was going to chase it down, but here comes Galio, here comes Ken, and we could see a possible team fight, but no, Park is actually going to back towards mid. They do see him because of that ward right there. They're going to ping away on towards Park, and Galio is going to come back towards the mid as well. Janna, Dedraon, and Kevin all up top right now, and they're going to be pushing this top lane, and Odd1 is the only player to try and defend that onslaught of the 3 players, and I don't think he's going to be able to do it alone, so he's just going to stay back until the minions do come, as he will Just wait for the tower to go down. Has to be careful. Howling Gale did get popped right there. And that could have definitely turned for the worst if O1 didn't get the hell out of there. But the tower will go down at top lane. That is going to allow Dredran to go back towards the jungle. Kevin back maybe to buy. As I'm just going to quickly switch over to bot lane. What is going on? Ezreal's currently on his own. TSM do know, Janet is not in the lane at the moment. If they want to try something sneaky, they can do it. But Candy Panda is playing the right game right now. And he is just waiting around at bot lane, waiting for a support to come back down that river. Although there is a ward there. So, I mean, TSM have the opportunity, if Nif does go straight down the river, to try and pounce on Janet. But that is not going to be the case. And they are just going to keep farming up. As Galio is going to go back as well. Although top lane actually, Odd One has actually come up. Are we going to see anything come of it? I am just going to keep talking because I think something's just going to erupt. I mean, Kevin is recalling now, but Mundo is top. I don't think anything's really going to happen here. So, standard stuff, it's just kind of been farm. There's literally about 1k in at the moment. Absolutely nothing. So, really, really close game.
Yeah, obviously this bit of a lull in the action can give us an idea of how the items are going right now. As you can see, Ashe has got the BF Sword and also the Vampiric Scepter. Could be going either the Infinity Edge route or the BF Sword as well. On the opposition, Ezreal has picked up the Madrid's Razors, Phage, and a Vampiric Scepter, so more than likely going to be building himself the Wriggles Lantern. And I'll switch over to you, dude, because it looks like there is a lot of players around the same vicinity here.
Absolutely. I mean, all 5 players around that bottom area right now. The blue steel is going to go on. Dredran is waiting in that bush to come out. We'll get that blue. Howling Gale is popped on. Odd One is going to get caught out there. The shield has been popped from Galio as he was going under a little bit of pressure from Olaf. And they are going to see Park and Odd One retreat due to that ward in the bush. So, blue steel was a failed attempt. But it was worth a try. Darius is going to try recall. Kevin could actually go in towards that bush if he does decide to push. And Darius could get caught out, but no. They are just going to ping away, just not firing. Okay, there's someone in that bush, possibly recalling, and he will just back away. The Wriggles is going to get brought on towards Ezreal. Let's have a look at what Chaos has got. He has got that BF Sword to start it off with the double door hands, the Vampiric Scepter, and the Berserker's Greaves, possibly going for that Bloodthirster early on. And they are going to try and get this bot tower down. Janet is coming down, so she's only going to be the one to defend that one as the shield has been popped on towards her tower. And Olaf is actually going to come down towards bot lane. So a possible gank coming out from Darius to try and help that bot lane to try and get that tower down, or maybe even a kill. It looks like he's going to go back towards mid. It's just kind of backwards and forwards. I think Dragon is actually up very, very shortly. Galio is there in the bush right there. Did you see the ward go down? So they know Ocelot is there as the Q and the E combination coming out from Ocelot once again. Dragon is up. They're going to try and get this as Darius and Park are in mid. And they know that right now. So, they're just going to be able to get this dragon once again. There's the second dragon. The top lane, though, one is going to try and get that one. And they are going to go for a bit of counter jungling now to try and get back at the SK side. As they're going to go maybe towards top, but no. Odd One is just going to back away. I don't think anything else is going to come of it. But actually, SK going for some counter jungling right now. And Chaos has to be careful. He has popped that E, so he does know where the enemy players are right now. Darius could get caught out as well. Candy Panda going to go on towards Darius. He's just got to back away. Though has got the red. Did just get that steal in. Kennen in mid as well. Has to be careful. As Mundo is there. Galio is all alone at top lane. Has he got teleport up? Yes, he has. So even if he is at top lane, can just quickly teleport in if a ward or a minion is near, and no problem whatsoever. But yeah, pretty standard stuff. I mean, SK, they got another dragon right now, but Chaos looked to be going under a heavy pressure right now as the Arcane Shift did come out from Ezreal and the flash over the wall, despite Chaos's flash. That's the lovely thing about Ezreal. Basically, he's kind of got 2 flashes if you put his E into effect.
Exactly, I said from the very beginning, Arcane Shift is great against the likes of Alistair, great against the likes of Ashe, but on top of that as well, maneuverability through walls and such can really pick up kills, and it's exactly what we just saw there. Ezreal with red buff is going to be a real hindrance now to Ashe at that bot lane, could very well actually push this bot lane down to its entirety. In the meantime, you're going to see kind of a 2v2 tag team match in that mid. But yeah, back to the farming kind of phase once again. The big difference though in this one compared to the last game, NZ, is that by this stage in game number 1, Jax had been involved with about 10 or so kills. Right now he's on 0-0-0. Big difference right there. Absolutely.
I mean, I think we'd already seen, a couple team fights go off as well last game. So I mean, 20 minutes in, no major team fight. 2 dragons, both dragons have been picked up from SK, and a kill coming out from Ezreal there to separate the gold to about 3k, so not too much. TSM still in that position where they can come back from this one, no problem whatsoever. They're just going to have to wait it out, get some farm up as well, maybe catch a couple players out. But really, I'm kind of looking at this from kind of a perspective of, you know, who's going to win in team fight situations, and really, I can't really tell. I mean, you got Galio's ult on SKs, which completely shut down the TSM lineup if landed correctly. But then on the opposite side, you got Chaos's arrow, you got Parks' ultimate, and then you got Alistair as well coming in, and Odd One can just jump towards an enemy. So I have no idea. I'm just going to ask you the question, Vince. Out of these two lineups right now, who are you favouring to, you know, take away the team fight? Because personally, to me, I really don't know.
I'm going to throw it to that kind of neutral player called positioning. It's going to come down to positioning, Enzi, really. Obviously, Galio is all about positioning. Can he land that perfect ultimate? Can he really take out 4 or 5 of those enemy teammates, you know, in the vicinity of his ulti and really allow his teammates to crush down on the opposition? But Galio seems to be under some attack here in mid, but as I was about to pass it over to you, Enzi, seems it's going to subside. He's going to pull back towards his tower. It should be A-okay at the end of that little confrontation. But yeah, I'm going to throw it down to positioning, dude. I honestly believe that the smallest of slip-ups here, especially when you're playing against 2 teams with this kind of caliber in the mix, it can make all the difference. As I'm talking, apologies there, Candy Panda has taken down Ashe at the bot lane.
I didn't even see that right there. So, you know, Chaos did get taken down once again. He is currently on 0-2. Ezreal on 2-0. So that's going to even up the score 2-2 in kills, as mid lane is going to get pushed from the side of SK right now. They know Ashe is down. They have to try and pounce on this opportunity. Odd One has to be careful not to get caught out. The ward has got put down in both bushes as they enter the enemy jungle, and they are on the prowl, maybe for a blue steal, but he is not currently up. Maybe even preparing for a Baron. I mean, putting all them walls down can only mean that, you know, you've kind of got Baron on the cards. Get them walls down, get the coverage down, so when we do decide to pounce and try and take that opportunity, we know where the enemy team is, we know when they're about to come, and we might be able to set a trap off. But they are going to back away now. Kevin, I think, is just going to stay in lane and wait for the next creep wave to clear, although, you know, it's a 3v1 right now under the tower if they do decide to engage. Alistair is going towards this blue buff, but Ezreal has already got it, no problem whatsoever. Galio was top lane, so he was completely out of position. And obviously Galio has got the teleport, so even pushing this lane, it doesn't really matter. If he's got a ward to teleport to, or a minion, then it's good days for Galio. But if he hasn't, then that is bad days. You can only hope for it, but mid is going to get pushed from SK right now. It is going to be a 4v2 if they do go in. Ezreal is just going to clear these creeps very quickly with his ultimate. Hasn't got a large cooldown really on his ultimate, not a big one anyway, you know, 64 seconds, not too much. They obviously don't seem to be wanting to fight if he's going to pop that ultimate just for minions right now. They are going to get this mid turret, no problem whatsoever, although Panda is actually tanking the turret a little bit. But yep, the turret is going to go down while Galio does actually try and recall. And the Shuriken coming from Kennen right now, and he actually has to just back away to recall. Kennen just doesn't want him to go back.
Yeah, I mean, you have 2 of the best AD carries featuring against each other, and so far, NC, I have to say, Candy Panda has definitely been getting the upper hand in both games. Last time he played Ashe, did a great job, of course. You had Chaos on the Urgot, wasn't really able to do a great deal. This time, Chaos has picked up the Ashe, but he's actually behind once again. Ezreal 2 for 0, Ashe on 0 for 2. So that bot lane has consecutively gone into the hands of SK here. Definitely interesting to see.
Indeed. Let's have a quick look at the items between bot lane. You've got Ashe with obviously Chaos has got the Berserkers, BF Sword, Vampiric Scepter, and actually built the Zeal up as well to give him a bit more attack speed, and the double Dorans as well. Did just think maybe someone would have got caught out there. Jax is actually in mid. On the opposite side, I'm quickly going to go through Ezreal's items. He has actually finished off that Trinity Force, has got the Wriggles as well, Berserker's Greaves, and the Doran Shields. So, you know, Ezreal's got to be hella strong right now, but they could come into contact with the SK side. Dragon is now up. Both teams know it. All 5 players from both teams are circulating around this river area. We could see the first major team fight of this game. There's a 3k gold difference, and a win or a loss on the line right now in the Corsair Vengeance Cup quarterfinals. This is TSM against SK. Who is going to make the first move? Who is going to make the first mistake? And who is going to lose this fight? But Galio has been completely split up from the rest of the team to kill on towards Ocelot. Jax with a double kill. Odd One goes down, and all of a sudden the tides have turned. What looked like a TSM advantage has now gone to SK. The double kill as well from Mundo, and X Special is a lonely ball as the ace is going to come out from SK. Incredible stuff. And on top of that, I just witnessed Galio with the Guardian's Angel right now has just been purchased, so Galio is going to be a scary gatekeeper. There's another dragon for SK. 6k gold difference. Incredible stuff.
What can you say, man? You know, the composition right now for SK is just looking way too strong, especially when they execute it to such perfection as well. You know, Galio, he hasn't necessarily had the greatest beginnings here, Ocelot, but in that team fight really kind of just jumped out there, got 3 assists, I believe, and really turned that one for his team. We also got the likes of Jana. She's on 006 right now. Of course, her Monsoon can do so much utility for a team. So, massive team fight. As you said, started off there looking like TSM were going to pick it up, then SK come right back into the mix and take it.
You know, TSM did such a great job, you know, they kind of guided Galio off right there, but I think Darius kind of went in alone, and I don't think communication was there, personally. That's my personal view on it. Darius kind of went in, and then the rest of the team were kind of fleeing / you know, they were kind of contemplating, do we go in? So I have no idea, but I mean, the game is still not lost. So, I mean, TSM can get back into this. It's going to be very hard, though, with the likes of going against a Galio. And, you know, Galio did completely turn that team fight right there with the ultimate. Although Kennen did come in and did some really serious damage, but they had nothing to follow it up with. You know, Chaos at the moment isn't doing huge damage, although he has just built that Infinity Edge. So he's going to be doing a bit more than he already does. And we can only hope that that increases. And anyway, it looks like they are going to try and clear these wards out. Or am I completely dribbling on? No, they're not. They are just picking around randomly right now. Well, it was actually the SK side. They have got the wards in these bushes, so they can see TSM entering or exiting them bushes and the jungle. As the Riley is going to get brought on towards Ken, the Infinity Edge, as I mentioned earlier. Chaos did buy that. The Maw of Mount Mortius has now been purchased on Olaf as well. They are slowly getting their items, and you know, it's only a 6k gold difference. That is easily, you can easily come back from a 6k gold difference. I've seen more, but it isn't going to be an easy task, especially against a side like SK Gaming. They have been dominant, you know, for a long time. Very good team. And they are proving it right now against TSM in the Corsair Vengeance Cup. But Janet is actually going in towards the opposition jungle, trying to clear wards out. And they might actually start a Baron here. Kevin is going to start it yet. They are going to start Dragon right now, not Dragon, Baron. Chaos has been caught out, and Odd One is going to come down. X Special's going to put the ward down. They're going to be like, what the hell? They're on Baron right now. Darius is bot lane. Galio has the teleport if he needs it, so he's going to get straight in there. But Kennen is going to initiate with his ultimate, not doing all that much damage, and here comes Galio. Although Odd One has killed Nif, but Galio will silence Chaos right there, as Mundo will follow it up. Park goes down, Odd One goes down. Darius comes in, gets 1 kill, but I don't think it's going to be enough, as he is going to fall surely. Double kill from Ezreal coming in, as Mundo is going to chase on towards X Special now, and the ball is lonely once again. There we go. Another ace from SK. This is going to be Baron as well. If they do decide to get it, I think they should be able to. Yes, they shall. But absolutely incredible stuff from SK right there. They did the right thing. They forced the fight on the Baron. They knew Darius around that bot lane. They had Galio with the teleport. They were like, guys, if I can catch, you know, if I can kind of occupy Darius right now, I can just teleport straight in. So they teleported straight in. Great stuff. Was able to go and force that Baron fight, and they came out on top, landed the ace. Just great stuff. A great team play altogether from SK Gaming.
And you know, Dedrion on that Mundo has been really overlooked and overshadowed in this game. Don't think we mentioned him too much, but he is currently a very scary doctor. He's on 404. He's very tanky, has Aegis Deletion, has Giant Spell, Spirit Visage, Heart of Gold. Very strong. He's basically, I've said this before, the super glue of League of Legends. You cannot get away from him once he's built up pretty strong, especially with Sadism on. And he actually finished off that team fight, Enzi, on full health. Absolutely full health, and he was just running around, completely destroying everybody. And in amongst all the action, you got Ezreal just firing off his ultimate. He has Trinity Force pickaxe, and he's got Wriggle's Lantern as well, so he is putting out so much damage. And culminate the two with that Galio ultimate. and it's pretty much a team victory right for you there. And with this Baron, it's going to be very, very difficult for TSM to bounce back from this one, Enzi, because you expect SK to utilize this Baron buff to their fullest capabilities, push those side lanes as much as they can, try and pick up 2 or 3 towers here while Baron is still active, and then basically just take all of that TSM tasty jungle on top of that as well, just to really push themselves in a gold lead.
Yeah, and Odd One is actually going to pop his armor right now. Kevin is going to get chased down by Chaos and Odd One here. I think he's definitely going to forward. The slow has been popped, although Candy Panda is going to come in right now. Great play from Candy Panda to save Kevin. The fear has been procced off from Odd One to catch out Candy Panda, but Chaos actually stays in the mix. Odd One should fall as well, but here comes the rest of the cavalry as Kennen will come in. Ultimate has been popped. Galio, though, is coming in from behind, and he back rapes Kennen right there, and Mundo will finish it up as Odd One will get dropped, but Dyrus is going to get a kill X special. The Lonely Ball once again is going to get taken down. Candy Panda on towards Dyrus, and there we go. The third ace of the game. Really, this is going to be GG right now. SK completely dominant right there. I could definitely see what Chaos and Odd One were doing right there, but the positioning from SK was just spot on right there. TSM had no vision. They were kind of going in blind. They were like, okay, we've got to do this. You know, we've got to make a play. We've got to try and do something. We've got to take a risk. If we don't get this, then it's kind of over. And you know, they did lose that team fight there. Although the team is going to get regenerated in about 10 seconds. So I think SK are just going to push these towers back. Got to be able to tank them, no problem. No, they're actually going to go back because the rest of the team is up.
Well, it's still possible to come back from this, Enzi. Only one inhib is down. They just need to turtle in for a while. But the downside right now is that because SK is so far ahead, pretty much every dragon from here on out is going to be theirs to pick up. There you go. Dragons respawn. They're right there. Also, ward coverage should by and large be in favour of SK as well. Can just plant those wards in TSM's jungle, and it's going to be very, very difficult for TSM to actually even farm their own jungle here, purely on the basis that TSM have only taken down 1 tower and SK have 5 towers down. So that's really going to work against them as well. Map control well and truly in SK's back pocket, and it's going to have to be at least 2 team fights in a row here that TSM win convincingly to pull themselves back in this matchup.
Absolutely, completely agree with you that one. I mean, TSM can get back into this, but right now, after that inhibitor going down, SK can just repeat what they did last game. You know, they got that inhibitor down. They made the super minions push automatically, obviously because it's computer generated. Don't even know why I mentioned that. Just whatever, Enzi. And, you know, they can push another lane, they can push mid, they can push bot, whatever they want to do, they can try and get that second inhib down. And really, I kind of mark the GG when the second inhib goes down. But Kevin is going to catch out, X-Special going to jump on towards Alistar. There's the legendary for Ezreal right now, and Darius has to get the hell out of there despite the shield getting popped off. Although he is running away and Chaos comes in, Cleaver was landed. Darius escapes with 40 HP, and Kennen is going to pop his ult, but he's going to get slowly taken down as Ezreal will get yet another kill. Galio will come in with the ultimate as well. Jax will finish off Ashe as Odd One has to run with the tails between his legs, but Candy Panda can tank both turrets while doing a hell of a load of damage. Has to be careful because I think 1 tower hit and he's going to be going down. But he is just going to arcane shift over the wall right now, and they are going to push this mid lane. Alistar, which is special, is going to be up in 5 seconds. Kennen and Ashe are up in 25, so they're going to be able to definitely get this inhib down. Darius is doing the best attempt to fend them off as top lane is going to get pushed from the super minions automatically as well. 15 seconds, the clock is slowly ticking down, and TSM are getting more anxious. They need to try and stop this onslaught from SK right now. SK are going to try and jump in. Dyrus goes down, Candy Panda with another kill. Incredible stuff from Ezreal and X Special. The ball and the horns in the middle of 4 angry SK players, and he gets into the fountain just on time. Ocelot gets absolutely demolished from the fountain, and all of a sudden I thought maybe TSM could go for a chase. Exactly what they're going to do. Ashe lands the kill on towards Mundo. Here comes Kennen. Candy Panda could go down. Shurikane was missed. Park escapes with 9 HP. Yes, you just heard that correctly. 9 HP left. And now TSM, they have no 2 towers next to that Nexus. And oh my god, I was just kind of thinking, this is going to be a turnaround after Galio tower dive, well not tower dive, fountain dived really. I was just like, no SK, you can't do this. But they did get away, and then Kennen came in, just gave me a complete heart attack. If Ezreal would have gone down there, they could have done some serious stuff. But kind of thinking about, even if they did get that kill, they couldn't do anything because Super Minions would have pushed. They have no 2 towers. So even if TSM do win a team fight now, they can't capitalize on it. That's the great thing about getting the inhibits down. That's what SK have done. And I think all they're going to do now is wait for that Baron to get up, get the Baron. And yeah, it's going to be absolutely great. But what a team fight. Action coming in left, right, and center.
Yeah, I mean, if TSM are going to win this game, NZ, it's going to be going down to the 45-minute, 50-minute mark. They're going to have to turtle in big time here just to pull that one off. But at the moment, NZ, take it away, because I think Dyrus is under all kinds of pressure there from Jax. In fact, Jax is going to pull back.
Yeah, Dyrus did pull back there. Kevin is just getting headbutted away, but Candy Panda coming in, pulverized from Alistar. And Park did try and land that stun, but now they're on the back foot. Alistar looks to be going down, escapes with literally nothing left in his HP bar, only about 40 left. But here comes Candy Panda, he is ready and waiting. He pops the ultimate, Alistar goes down, goodbye X Special, Candy Panda too strong, and SK too strong. They take the game 2-0, ladies and gentlemen. SK Gaming are going to advance through to the semi-finals. And TSM are going to go down to the losers bracket there. And really awesome stuff from SK. Absolutely incredible.
Well, I can't really add anything onto that, Enzy. They're just phenomenal. They were good in every single aspect tonight. Both games they ended up winning very, very comfortably. You know, TSM were trying their best to just kind of hang in tooth and nail at the end there, but it just wasn't enough on the day. And Ocelot, for me, was definitely one of those strong players. He did brain fart a couple times there. First Blood, more notably in my opinion, where he kind of came back in and got stunned off Kennen and got the Ignite and ended up dying. And also that Fountain dive was a bit questionable, but it didn't really matter in the end because he really gave his team that massive advantage in the team fights with the Galio pick. Really great stuff. But also, you know, you have to say Janna, 0-1-17 did great. Ezreal an 11-0-9, so much damage. And then Doxamundo, kind of the unsung hero there from SK 5-1-9. And finally Kevin 3-3-7. Had a much quieter game this time, Enzy, but we're still there when it counted.
Absolutely, really Ocelot that game, despite going 0-2 down. Like I said, even 0-2 down, Galio can do his job. He can still deal major damage, and you know, after he lands that ultimate, does the team such a good job. And they were very lucky. They had Candy Panda really dominating that. He's 11-0, not one death on that scoreboard for Candy Panda, was absolutely dominant with Ezreal. Obviously, you know, he was enjoying the football. I mean, you know, he had that Riot skin, had the football skin going. Obviously wanted to score a few goals as Barcelona and Chelsea are on, if you don't get that joke. But guys, I think that is it for tonight. That was SK beating TSM in the upper bracket quarterfinals, so they are going to go down to the lower bracket, I do believe. But I'm just going to plug a few things, guys. If you want to win yourself a free laptop, yes, you heard that right, a free laptop, go over to chaostv.eu or .nl, either one works. Go straight to the bottom, go to the prize draw section, I think, and that will enlist all the details there on how to win yourself a free laptop. It is worth around €1,000, so it's not bad whatsoever. On top of that, if you want to catch any videos on demand, that means any videos, you know, any live streams we have done before in this tournament, or any Call of Duty ones that we've done, then go over to youtube.com/chaoscontingency. We have about 50 games, I think 40 to 50 games at least, that if you haven't tuned in every single night, you have missed. Also, if you want to keep recent updates, you can follow us individually and the Chaos TV Facebook. Mine is www.facebook.com/enzy with 2 E's, and Metas's is www.facebook.com/metastv, and obviously Chaos TV's is facebook.com/chaos TV, as you can see at the bottom of the screen on the overlay. But I think that is it for me, Vince. I just want to thank all the viewers and thank you all for tuning in. It's been a great night. Anything else you have to say, Vince?
Nothing really to add on to Enzy. Obviously a great game, and SK, if you are interested, will be going in the semi-finals to face off against Team Counter Logic Gaming EU, so that should be a real cracker as well. And we should have more Corsair Vengeance Cup coming up, guys, over this next week. So as Enzy said before, follow us on Facebook at the bottom of the screen, and we'll keep you up to date when we're about to go live. But until next time, from me, it's goodbye. I don't know if you want to say anything else, Enzy.
Good night, guys. Live with the bubble pop. Bubble pop. Parody, dude. She's so hot, man. Wait, I'm live.